Youth on the go. Oh, let's start the show. Oh, youth on the go. Oh, let's start the show. Oh, let's go, let's go, let's go. I will learn new things. I will be creative. Grab your gears, let's gather around. An adventure is always waiting. There's storytelling news for us, and we always know what's happening. We act, we play, we dance, we sing from 9 to 10 on Saturday morning. Youth on the go. Oh, let's start the show. Oh, youth on the go. Oh, let's start the show. Oh, let's go, let's go, let's go.
Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Good morning, good morning, good morning to all of our radio listeners, our viewers via Von Radio's Facebook Live and YouTube channels. Welcome to another edition of Youth on the Go here on Von Radio. Every Saturday morning we are here with you. We try to share opportunities, activities. We recap activities that have passed, and we give you a projection of what is to come. I am Zanella Clarkson from the Department of Education, and I must say, DeAndre is not in today. He's not feeling as well. And, you know, for many of the students, this is the season for when it gets a little bit more chilly and a little rainy. Sometimes some of our students don't feel as well. And so, DeAndre, we wish you the very best today. And we hope that you are back on your feet to be with us next week. We had an extremely eventful week. This past week, I must say, lots of activities, lots of events happened during the course of the week. And yesterday in itself was a very busy week for us as well at the Department of Education. And so I want to quickly share some of the events that happened during the course of the week, and that will give you an insight as to just how busy everyone was running around, but making sure that we're creating meaningful opportunities for our students. And so on Monday, Maud Smith Preschool celebrated their 26th anniversary. And congratulations and commendations to them once again. And then we continued our primary school football championship on Tuesday, and I will give you an insight as to who won in a few minutes. Ivor Walters Primary School also had their characterama, and their characterama was focused on persons from the Bible, biblical characters. And I want to commend the Ivor Walters Primary School for executing a very exciting characterama for their students. The St. James Primary School had their parent workshop, their parent empowerment workshop, and that was hosted by the PTA. I understand that the turnout was very impressive, and I want to commend the PTA at the St. James Primary School because they also had childcare available for the persons who attended the workshop. And so the next edition of the workshop, the next setting of the workshop is coming up shortly, and I'll provide information on that for you as well. On Wednesday, every Wednesday, Water Wednesday, and the students all now have portable, they all have 5-gallon bottles of water. Compliments, the first one was compliments Nelson Spring, and we have partnered with Nelson Spring to continue the Water Wednesday project. We also want to thank the Ministry of Health and the Taiwan ICDF project for donating the water dispensers towards Water Wednesdays. Now, all students are encouraged to bring their water. We will have a little the 5-gallon bottles will have water for any students who finish the water that they brought from home. They have their bottles from home, and they can add more if they need more water, just to keep them hydrated. But please note, we are trying to move away from having all of these plastics that can, and you heard from the team who was here from NHCS a few weeks ago, we're trying to make sure that we use reusable containers, reusable plastics, and not as much of those disposable ones that can then cause harm to the environment. So parents, please note, even though we have some water fountains at every single school, every single one, public and private, here on the island, we want you to understand that the purpose of it is to replenish what you would have already sent should the need arise. We also saw the courts reading competition, which took place on Wednesday. And we want to commend all of the students who participated, all of the teachers who prepared the students and who supported them. We want to thank the team at the Department of Education who worked assiduously to make sure that our students were able to complete the zonal round of this reading competition. Now, we want to take a moment out to express sincerest commendations to the two schools which were able to hold the lead spots. The Elizabeth Pemberton Primary School, the student from the Elizabeth Pemberton Primary School was able to cop the runner-up position, and then the student from the Maud Cross Preparatory School was able to get the first place position. And both students will be going down to St. Kitts on November 13th to the St. Kitts Marriott Hotel to compete in the next round. And so we had Rondre Daniel and Khalid Warner, both of whom did an exceptional job. And then as we continued the week, we had on Thursday, Charlestown Primary had their inter-village quiz, and on Friday was a packed day. Joycelyn Library Primary School had their staff retreat. Elizabeth Pemberton Primary School had their career fair, and the turnout, the participation from the students in the community was also quite impressive. And then the Charlestown Primary School had their character day, and each classroom at the Charlestown Primary was transformed into a fairy tale. And so the students had to learn about characters and how to write narratives while reenacting the various the various fairy tales. And so learning came alive at Charlestown Primary on Friday. I had the opportunity towards the end of the day to stop by, and the students were well decked out. I want to thank the parents for continuing to support their students' education and enrichment through their various learning opportunities. The activities would not have been possible without you. And then the final activity took place last evening at Charlestown Primary as well, and they had their father-child social, and we saw several fathers coming out, and they brought their daughters and their sons, and they did various activities with them. They had game boards and positive interactions. And I also want to commend the team at CPS for that initiative. As it relates to football, we saw on Tuesday, like I said, we had 3 matches on Tuesday. Charlestown Primary won against Ivor Walters, so congrats to CPS for winning against Ivor Walters on Tuesday. St. Thomas's won, they were playing against VOJN, and Nevis Academy won, they were playing against Maud Cross Prep. Yes, during yesterday's games, yesterday we saw St. Thomas's Primary winning over Maud Cross Prep, Charlestown Primary winning over Nevis Academy, and Ivor Walters Primary winning their match against Violet O. Jeffers Nichols Primary School. So the tournament is heating up and winding down simultaneously. So this upcoming week we will see 5 matches in total. And I want to say the parents are really turning out and supporting the students in these various activities, and especially the matches that are running a bit later in the afternoon. I want to say that the parents have really come out after work to support, or maybe they've taken their late lunch, but they're really supporting their students. And so we want to thank you and commend you for that. So on the 5th of November, that is this coming Tuesday at 3 o'clock, we'll see Joycelyn Library Primary coming up against EPPS at 3 o'clock, and Nevis Academy coming up against VOJN at 3 o'clock. On the 8th, next Friday, we'll see Joycelyn Library coming up against St. Thomas's Primary at 1:30. EPPS coming up against Ivor Walters at 1:30, and at 2:30 we'll see Maud Cross Prep coming up against CPS. And so we want to wish all of the students the very best, and we'll have about 2 more weeks of football after we complete this upcoming week, and then our finals take place on the 28th of November. And we're looking forward to seeing the students really going down to the very end, to the wire, in this tournament that's happening right now. And football is in the air. All of the children are out in their schoolyards playing. They're burning off energy positively, and I know people are also looking forward to, as we wind down football season, people are also looking forward to track and field season, and some people are already preparing for that. But we want to once again commend the students and their coaches and the teachers for their support, and we wish all of the students the very best in this tournament. All right, we're going to take a short break, see how many things are happening. It took a long time, but it was worth it. We're going to take a short break, and we'll be right back.
From Queen City, Nevis, this is the powerhouse of the Eastern Caribbean, Vaughan Radio.
It's time, come on, rise and shine. You know, I know we're gonna have a great time. And now we're past it quickly, you don't wanna miss it. So turn up the radio, it's Youth on the Go. Youth on the Go. Oh, let's start the show. Oh, Youth on the Go. Oh, let's start the show. Let's go. I will learn new things. I will be creative. Grab your gears, let's gather around. An adventure is always waiting. There's storytelling news for us, and we always know what's happening. We act, we play, we dance, we sing from 9 to 10 on Saturday morning. Youth on the Go. Whoa, let's start the show. Youth on the Go. Whoa, let's start the show. Let's go. Good morning to all of our radio listeners, our viewers via Vaughan Radio's Facebook Live and YouTube channels, and welcome to another edition of Youth on the Go here on Vaughan Radio. Every Saturday morning we come to you and we bring as many activities and opportunities that we can to help to promote our young people, and of course to help them to have access to various opportunities. We are going to go into a short story, and this short story is specifically for our younger listeners, and then right out of that we're going to have a short quiz, math quiz, my favorite type, for our listeners who can call in and give us their answers. And so our story for today is entitled The Little Blue Digger and the Strongest Truck. The Little Blue Digger and the Strongest Truck. Little Blue and the team were enjoying a well-earned break. They had been working hard all morning repairing an old road. Suddenly, a deep rumble interrupted their peace and quiet. A big black steamroller was heading towards them. "My name's Heavy Black. I'm here to flatten the road," boomed the new arrival. "By the way, I'm the strongest truck in Builderstown." Strong Green didn't like that at all.
Actually, she said, I'm the strongest truck in Builderstown. This wasn't a good start to the afternoon. They argued as they worked. My job is harder than yours, said Heavy Black. No, my job is definitely the hardest, replied Strong Green. The other trucks grew tired of the bickering. Then Little Blue had an idea. He quietly explained his plan to the others. Okay, Big Yellow called out. Heavy Black and Strong Green, time to switch jobs. Well, this will be easy, said Heavy Black, as he rumbled towards a mound of gravel. But his heavy roller was not made for pushing. Soon gravel was flying everywhere. Zing! Ping! And when Strong Green tried to flatten the road, her sharp blade made nasty, huge holes, and then she got stuck. Tall Orange and Wide Red tried not to giggle as they pulled the embarrassed pair free. The plan had worked perfectly. Wow! Your job really is hard, said Strong Green. So is yours, said Heavy Black. They started to laugh. Moments later, the new friends were working side by side to clean up the mess they had made. And for the rest of the day, everyone stuck to the jobs they did best. Well, almost everyone. Now, in this story, we saw the importance of embracing and understanding that each person has their strength. That sometimes you're good at one thing, you're really strong at one thing, and it's okay if somebody else is strong at something else. You're both strong, but your focus area is different. And so even though this is the story of two trucks, and I thought it was very appropriate because we have some road construction going on, so we are seeing the steamroller, we are seeing all of the various trucks on the street. But it's important for us to understand that some children will be really good at playing a sport, for example, and some children will be really good at maybe math. Some will be good at reading. Some will be good at music. But it doesn't matter. Each person is strong in their own area, and nobody's area is more important than anybody else's. So if someone is strong at music and someone else is strong at academics, that does not mean the academic student is stronger or better than the student who is strong at math. It just means that they are strong at their particular field, or strong in their particular field. And so when we take a look at our colleagues and our students who are in the classrooms with us, we have to appreciate students. We have to think about the fact that all of us have a different strength. It's okay, we're both strong, but all of us have a different strength. All right, so that was our story for this morning. We are going to, before the break, we'll bring our first math problem. Now let me go over the guidelines for you. I'm going to read the question twice. Each student is asked to call in once. Well, once you've won, you can only call in. You can't call in again. Okay. Now, if you didn't win, you can call back. But once you've won a prize, you cannot call in again. We want you to try your best to be polite. Okay, so not no, yeah, no. Okay. You can say yes, Miss Claxton, no, Miss Claxton, no, ma'am, yes, ma'am. Okay. And you want to try to answer in complete sentences. So based on the question that is asked, you try your best to answer in complete sentences. I will challenge you once you've given your answer, I will challenge you to ask you how you came about your answer so that you can help others who might not have been able to get the answer. So be prepared to explain to me how you got your answer, and then we'll move on to the next question. All right, so question 1, and of course the numbers to call are 469-1616, 469-1700. Question 1. Venus and Molly are selling candies to raise funds for charity. They buy 80 bags of candy for 50 cents each. They sell all of them for $1.25 each. How much profit did they make? Let's go again. Venus and Molly are selling candies to raise money for charity. They buy 80 bags of candy for 50 cents each. They sell all of the candy for $1.25 each. How much profit did they make? I'm going to read it again, making sure that I stress on the figures, and so we're calculating correctly. Venus and Molly are selling candies to raise money for charity. They buy 80, that's 80, bags of candy for 50 cents, 0.50 each. They sell all of them for $1.25 each. That's 1.25. How much profit did they make? Numbers to call: 469-1616, 469-1700. We want to challenge our students as much as we can. We want to help them to continue to think critically, and of course not just for us to challenge them, but for them to challenge themselves as well. Numbers to call: 469-1616, 469-1700. Venus and Molly are selling candies to raise money for charity. They buy 80 bags of candy for 50 cents each. They sell all of them for $1.25 each. How much profit did they make? Melissa, is that a tough one? Might be a tough one for our listeners. All right. But I know that our students are hearing our keywords. We have some keywords in there. Of course, this is a multi-step money word problem. And we like money. We like to make sure that we have enough money to buy what we want. And so we are working with you to help you to be able to not be deceived or tricked. We don't want people taking your money from you because you don't know the difference. So this is a good time for you to practice what it means to have a profit, to make a profit, and of course to walk away with what you're supposed to walk away with. So Venus and Molly are selling candies to raise money for charity. They buy 80 bags of candy for 50 cents each. They sell all of them for $1.25 each. How much profit did they make? 469-1616, 469-1700. Those are the numbers you're expected to call, and you should be able to explain to us how you got the answer so that we can help. I realize it's one that's challenging us a bit, and so if you explain when you call in, I know somebody's almost there. You're almost there. I can feel it. When you explain how you got your answer, you will be able to help someone who struggled a bit to get the answer. And that is what we're doing. We're trying to help each other to make it and to do well. So, think I can read it one last time, or we'll take a break. We'll take a break. That gives them enough time to finish up, and when we come back, we'll read it one last time, and if not, we're going to have to throw that question out.
When VON vibrates, the whole Caribbean must shake.
860 AM, the Powerhouse.
It's time, come on, rise and shine. You know, I know we're gonna have a great time. And now we're past it quickly, you don't wanna miss it. So turn up the radio, it's Youth on the Go. Youth on the Go. Oh, let's start the show. Oh, Youth on the Go. Oh, let's start the show. Let's go, let's go, let's go. I will learn new things. I will be creative. Grab your gears, let's gather around. An adventure is always waiting. There's storytelling news for us, and we always know what's happening. We act, we play, we dance, we sing from 9 to 10 on Saturday morning. Youth on the Go. Whoa, let's start the show. Youth on the Go. Whoa, let's start the show. Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Good morning, good morning, good morning to all of our radio listeners, our viewers via Vaughn Radio's Facebook Live and YouTube channels. Welcome to another edition of Youth on the Go here on Vaughn Radio. I am Zanella Claxton from the Department of Education. DeAndre is not here with us. He's a bit under the weather though. And so we have a caller on the line. So we had somebody who used the break wisely. Good morning, caller.
Good morning.
How are you doing today?
Very well.
Wonderful. Do you have the answer for us?
Yes.
Okay, wonderful. What is it?
$60 profit.
So give me in a complete sentence. Remember, we're trying to respond in a complete sentence.
The answer is $60 profit.
Okay. And what is your name?
Rajan Faisi.
Okay, Rajan. And how did you get your answer?
30 candies times 50 cents equals 40. And 80 candies times 1.25 equal 100. And then I take 40 from 100 equals 60.
Good. Awesome job, Rajan. And so I want to commend you on that, and I'm hoping that others who are struggling would have learned from you, okay?
Yes.
All right. And can you get here before 10 o'clock?
Yes.
Okay, wonderful. Okay. And so that is very correct. They're asking for the profit. So you had to start off by multiplying the number of bags of candy that you had and the money you paid out for it. And that was, as Rajan said, 80 times the 50 cents, and that gave you $40. And then you had to multiply the price that you sold them for by the number of bags. So that was 80 times $1.25, and that gave you $100. And then to get the profit, how much did you make? You have to take out what you spent, and how much from the amount that you made, and so you ended up with $60. Awesome job, Rajan. Thank you very much for calling in. And we are going to break, Melissa, because Rajan was on the line. We're going to break for the bottom of the hour greeting, and then we'll come back to the next question.
All right, this is about the time we say good morning, special morning, and happy Saturday to Lee Paris Cambridge there in England. Good morning, Lee. I actually spoke to her via Facebook Messenger last night. It was very brief, but she says she's hanging in there. She hasn't been feeling that up to it lately, as you can see, because she hasn't posted much lately. Yes. But she says she's hanging in there, and of course, she has God on her side, as usual.
Yes.
Positive vibes always from Lee, regardless. So good morning, and we are sending you lots of love, lots of prayers, and of course, hugs and kisses from all of us here at the Eastern Caribbean Spa House, from Auntie Vanny, and of course, from DeAndre and Zanella, and of course, everybody else here in Queen City, Nevis, who are supporting you from afar. All right, we love you, and hang in there.
Awesome. All right, so Once again, joining with Melissa and sending some hugs to you as well, Lee, for a wonderful day and a wonderful week. Melissa, Marie-Jean did a great job at this first one. We're going to put another one in there. It's also money related. So, of course, when you have money, you'll have a decimal point with 2 digits behind it. Students, for when you're laying out your work, when you're showing your work. And so the next question says, Terry earned $15.56. That's 15.56 from washing cars. $20.99, that's 20.99 from helping her sister with her homework. And $23.75, that's 23.75 from cleaning the house. She then bought a new dress for $35. How much money does Terry have left from what she earned after buying the dress? Terry earned $15.56. That's 15.56 from washing cars. $20.99. That's 20.99 from helping her sister with her homework, and $23.75. That's 23.75 from cleaning the house. She then bought a new dress for $35. How much money does Terry have left from what she earned after buying the dress? Numbers to call are 469-1616, 469-1700. I'm going to take a pause. I'm going to give you some updates as to what's happening this coming week. That gives you enough time to work out. Melissa has a grin, listeners, so she has the answer. But I'm going to give these children a little bit more time. I'll call out the activities that are happening this week. I'll announce those for the parents to also follow, and then we'll come back to the question again if we need extra support on that. So Monday starts the ICT week, and I'll talk a bit more about that in a few minutes. ICT week hosted by the Department of Information Technology, and we are looking at increasing persons' knowledge about what opportunities they can embrace through information technology. And so ICT week starts on Monday. We'll go through the calendar for that in a few minutes. And then on Tuesday, we have the continuation of the primary school football tournament, which I already gave the games for that day. On Wednesday, we have the ICT week continues. And so it's Water Wednesday as well. We have a caller.
Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you doing today?
I'm good.
Wonderful. Do you have an answer for us?
Yes.
Okay, what's your answer?
25. The answer is $25.03.
And how much?
$25.03.
Okay, you're very close. Very close. Go back and look at it again, and you can call us back, okay?
Okay.
Okay. Let me reread that before I continue, Melissa. Terry earned $15.56, and this is for a caller to go back and check her numbers. That's 15.56 from washing cars. $20.99. That's 20.99 from helping her sister with her homework, and $23.75. That's 23.75 from cleaning the house. She then bought a new dress for $35. How much money does Terry have left from what she earned after buying the dress? Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you doing today?
I'm fine, thank you.
Okay. Do you have an answer for us?
Yes.
Okay.
The answer is $25.30.
That is correct. And what is your name?
Kayla Claxton.
Kayla Claxton. Now, Kayla Claxton, you have to tell us how you got that answer.
You add $15.56, $20.99, and $23.75, and I got $60.30. Then I took $35 away from the $60.30, and I got $25.30.
All right, that is correct. All right.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
All right. Our next question, I think we can get a few more in. Our next question, money again. I think this is the last one that's based on money. Chris buys 12 candy bars at 50 cents each. That's 0.50. If he sells them all in equal amounts for the same price to 3 friends, how much money will each friend give to Chris? Ooh, this is an exciting one. Chris buys 12 candy bars at 50 cents each. That's 0.50. If he sells them all in equal amounts for the same price to 3 friends, how much money will each friend give to Chris? Wow. Let me read it one more time. Melissa, you have the answer? That was fast, and I'm here trying to process. Okay. Chris buys 12 candy bars at 50 cents each. That's 0.50. If he sells them all in equal amounts for the same price to 3 friends, how much money will each friend give to Chris? Okay. We are... Ooh, what? Well, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
How are you doing?
Good.
Okay, wonderful. You ready to give us the answer?
Yes,
Okay.
it's $2.
Oh, wow. So that was an easy one for you?
Yes,
Good. So can you tell us, what's your name?
Tejana David.
Tejana David. Tejana, can you tell us how you came about $2?
I times 12 times 50 cents and divided by 3.
Good. So 12 times the 50 cents would have given you what number?
12 times 50 cents gave me 6.
$6. Good.
And then I divided it by 3 and I got 2.
Okay, because there are 3 friends. Okay, awesome job, Tejana. Tejana, how was your character day yesterday?
Good.
Okay, what role were you playing? I spotted you. What role were you playing?
Snow White.
You were Snow White. Oh, so you were and can you tell us a bit about what it looked like for those persons who weren't there? What did grade 6 do? They did what story you did and how the room was set up. Just quickly.
We did Snow White and the 7 dwarfs. The room was set up like a castle dining room. And the other classroom next door was set up like a forest. And the house is 7 dwarfs to 6.
It was. And so you went from one door to the next. So you went from the castle setting, listeners, and you went through the door. And when you got through the door, you went to plants because you're now in the forest. And then they had the bed set up for the dwarves. And they had the area where Snow White passed away as well. Her little coffin area. And it was very interesting. Did you have fun?
Yes.
Okay, wonderful. Congratulations on winning the prize, okay?
Okay.
All right. Okay, so we're going to take a short break, and we'll be right back.
Always satisfying. Vaughn Radio. The Powerhouse.
It's time, come on, rise and shine. You know, I know we're gonna have a great time. And now we're past it quickly, you don't wanna miss it. So turn up the radio, it's youth on the go. Youth on the go. let's go, let's go. I will learn new things. I will be creative. Grab your gears, let's gather around. An adventure is always waiting. There's storytelling news for us, and we always know what's happening. We act, we play, we dance, we sing from 9 to 10 on Saturday morning. Youth on the go. Whoa. Let's start the show. Youth on the go. Whoa. Let's start the show. Whoa. Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Oh, let's go, let's go, let's go. Good morning, good morning, good morning to all of our radio listeners and all of our viewers via Von Radio's Facebook page and YouTube channels. Welcome to another edition of Youth on the Go here on Von Radio. And every Saturday morning we're here with you. We try to share as many activities that are happening, opportunities, events, recap, and of course we love to have some quizzes in between to keep our students' minds going and growing. And so this morning is no different, but I want to take a few minutes. I was just reading the schedule for next week, and I wanted to take a few minutes out from our quiz time to share with you what will be happening during the course of next week. I mentioned briefly that ICT week starts on Monday, and so on Monday morning we will have our first session, and that session, the target audience is the schools. It starts, we'll have the opening session from 8:45, and then we go into our first topic, content creation history. Then at 10:50 we'll look at programming, and then at 11:30 they will give an IT challenge. Now this year's ICT week focuses on content creation and not consumption. So how can we go about creating our content? As young people, we spend a lot of time on YouTube, we spend a lot of time on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram, but how can we go about creating our own content and doing that safely? It's important for our students to know, and parents. Many of your children, many of the children are doing creating YouTube videos and posting and all of those things, sharing in group chats with other friends, and they're creating content. But how do they go about doing that safely without causing any harm to themselves or to others, or potential harm to themselves or to others? And so I want to commend the IT department for this very timely topic. On Tuesday, 5th October, the target audience is the public sector, government offices. 9 a.m., different ways of creating your own content. 9:45 a.m., does every department need to create their own website? 10:50 a.m., implications of social media on the civil service, and at 11:30 a.m., how do we communicate on behalf of the government? And on Thursday, our target audience, private sector and public sector, creating websites from a small business perspective. That's at 9:10. 10 a.m., how to create your own picture content. 11 a.m., video production. 11:35 a.m., intellectual property rights, who owns what you have created, and 12:15 p.m., feedback and oral discussion. So there's a very active ICT week coming up, content creation and not consumption. And so, as I said, it will help all of our various target audiences, and I love the fact that it's geared towards students, and it's also geared towards the government offices and then the general public. And so I want to encourage everyone to be part of it, and it all takes place at NEPAC every day from 8:45 a.m. to 1 p.m. And so that's the very important information for all of you. Also, I mentioned earlier about the first session of the St. James Primary School PTA Interactive Parent Workshop. And so I want to share with you that the second session takes place on the 6th of November. And that session That's on Wednesday, and that session takes place at the St. James Primary School auditorium from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. And they're going to continue what they have started, and of course all the topics for the entire series include the brain and early childhood development, how can you help your child learn and grow, and the effects of childhood toxic stress. Refreshment care are both available, and free transportation is provided to the attendees if they need it home after the session. So if you come to the session and you need transportation to take you back home, you don't have anything to worry about. Someone will be arranged for you to get home. You don't have to worry about childcare. That is taken care of. And if you have to come straight from work and go straight to the session, you don't have to worry about being hungry, because you have your refreshments, which will be provided by the St. James Primary School and of course the PTA there. And I want to commend that partnership that is taking place at St. James Primary. It shows the parents and the school working together for the good of the children. I told someone, it's very difficult sometimes to find childcare to attend some of these sessions, and so I think that the St. James Primary PTA has gone above and beyond to help to support the work of the parents and to support the parents in coming to these sessions. And so we have eliminated, I think, based on what I see on the informational flyer, every reason except that you have to work has been eliminated. And I know the persons working with the children during for the child care period are very competent and love children. And so parents, on Wednesday, 6th November, the place to be, St. James Primary School Auditorium. And make sure that you are there and that you're supporting great causes such as this and great work such as this. And so thank you once again to the PTA and the entire St. James Primary team. I think we have, I don't want to close out without at least asking one more question. So let's get our one more question in. That's not a money question, but Melissa is she's my meter stick. That's who I measure, and her face is excited about one more question. That means all of the children are waiting for one more question. Robert wants to practice goal kicks for football. He decides to have 12 kicks before going home from the park. He takes 5 kicks before taking a break to get a drink of water. He then takes another 4 kicks. How many more kicks does he need to make before he goes home? Well, it's football season. Robert wants to practice. He's going to win the primary school football championship for his team. He wants to practice kicks for football. He decides to have 12 kicks before he goes home from the park. He takes 5 kicks before taking a break to get a drink of water. He then takes another 4 kicks. How many more kicks does he need to make before he gets home? Good morning. This one is a fast caller. Good morning. How are you? Okay, can you turn your radio down? I'm getting a feedback and I'm not hearing you very well. Hello?
Hi.
Okay. Do you have the answer for us?
Yeah.
Wonderful. What is the answer?
3.
We're going to answer in complete sentences, please.
You need 3 more kicks.
Wonderful. What's your name?
Anila Fancy.
Okay. Congratulations, Anila. And how did you get the answer?
Because he did 5 kicks first, then he did 4 more kicks, and 5 plus 4 is 9.
Mm-hmm.
And 9 take away 12 leaves 3.
Okay, 12 take away 9 leaves 3. So he, yes, wonderful. And so, yes, he only needs to take 3 more kicks. Congratulations to you on that, Anila. Great job.
Thank you.
Okay. So, Melissa, we're making some good headway. So I can throw one more in. Yes, you see, she's asking for one more. I know. I'm like, we have enough time. Samantha and Crystal have 20 minutes to walk to school together. It takes them 6 minutes to get to the corner where the library is. It takes them another 7 minutes to get to the fire station. How much longer do they have to walk to get to school without being late? Samantha and Crystal have 20 minutes to walk to school together. They can't go over 20 minutes. It takes them 6 minutes to get to the corner where the library is, and it takes them another 7 minutes to get to the fire station. How much longer do they need to have to get to school without being late? Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you doing today?
Good.
Wonderful. Do you have the answer for us?
Yes.
What is the answer?
The answer is 7.
Okay, so they have 7 minutes, right?
Yes.
Wonderful. What's your name?
Tejane David.
Tejane David. And Tejane, what were you doing correct today? Oh, but before I go there, how did you get your answer?
6 plus 7 equals 13. And 20 minus 13 equals 7.
Wonderful, wonderful. What character were you yesterday?
A princess.
You were a princess. What story was your class depicting?
Excuse me?
What story did your class act out?
Princess and the Pea.
Oh, the Princess and the Pea. So you were a princess.
Yes.
Nice. Did you actually feel the pea under the bed? Under the mattress?
No.
No. So I wonder what that means. Did you have fun?
Yes.
Wonderful, wonderful. What was your favorite story of all the stories at the school yesterday?
Snow White.
Snow White. Okay. All right. So congratulations, okay, Tejane?
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. So I think that we covered almost everything, if not everything, that's coming up next week. We have ICT Week. We have Water Wednesday. Don't forget, parents, don't pack juices on Wednesday. Pack extra water on Wednesday. Football taking place on Tuesday and on Friday. We have Open Week at Ivor Walters starting Monday. And we have parent empowerment sessions at both EPPS and CBIS. Navis Academy has a school luncheon on Thursday as well. JLPS has their oratory challenge on Friday, and Maud Cross Prep has a fundraising breakfast on Friday. So there are many activities happening next week, and we want to encourage you all to support the schools, support the students as they continue to learn, to grow, to do well, and of course to strive for excellence in everything that they do. And so on that note, we wish you a wonderful week, and we look forward to interacting with you children once again next week. Have a wonderful week.